Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by, and welcome to your first look at WWE 2K20, my career. So I got to give a shout out to 2K for flying a bunch of us out, letting us capture some early footage. And of course, one of the first things I had to do was check out my career mode. As a lot of you know, I'm sure this year you can play as a female and a male character. The stories kind of intertwine, and this is just kind of the my player setup wizard. Spoiler alert, it's pretty much exactly the same as it was last year. You pick a fighting style, which affects your skills and abilities. There are, I think, only 2 new abilities this year, which are the Avalanche, Poison Rana, and then there's one more. I'm about to pass it on the screen in a second. Let me see. Scrolling. I can't remember what it is. Avalanche, Spanish Fly also was another new one, but the rest of it is pretty much exactly the same. We're going to go through almost the first hour or so of career mode. I edited it down a little bit, so it's a little less than an hour. But here's a look at some of the rewards that you get based on the style that you choose. I'm already running into this super fast, people. If you guys are excited about the 2K20 stuff, I need you to hit that thumbs up button as hard as you possibly can all day today and all leading up until this game comes out. I'm going to be bringing you early release WWE 2K footage, 2K20 footage. So make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you got those notifications turned on. It's going to be a great time. The customization, again, same as last year, is minimal when you first start. You can't fully customize your character. I just went in there and randomized it a little bit. I'm obviously, I hope it's obvious anyway, I'm not using my final playthrough characters in this first look video. This is just kind of to show off the My Career mode, to show you what's new. You see the first couple cutscenes, kind of get a feel for how the story's going to go. But it's a lot like 2K19 in the intro part. You know, when you're choosing your character, creating your character, very limited signatures, finishers, taunts, entrances, victory, all that stuff. You only have a handful to choose from. You can go back and customize more later, but the first one that you do customize is the female character. Now, I'm going into the presentation name here in a second just to make sure a certain name is there. Don't worry about what name it is. I'm just checking, if you know what I'm saying. If you guys, oh man, I want to talk about my feelings and my thoughts about the game as a whole, but I'm actually going to do that in a completely separate video. We're just going to focus on the career mode stuff today because this is the mode that I'm most excited about. As I'm sure a lot of you that are watching this know, this series every year is my bread and butter. It's always the one that I look forward to doing the most, and it's always the one I have the most fun with because I'm able to just, you know, create this character, create this story, bring it to you guys. You guys always seem to dig it, so I'm very excited about doing it again this year. But for now, we're just using Boo Boo over here as our female character template. Of course, you could change. You want a babyface, you want a heel, you want a boo reaction, you want a cheer crowd reaction. Limited options, but again, kind of the same as last year. And then, of course, you go over to your male superstar. You want a striker, you want a luchador, specialist, powerhouse, giant. Same type of classes, same type of styles as last year. Some of the paybacks this year have been changed, and there's a couple of really cool new ones that I'm going to talk about in a different video. But I'm just gonna go ahead and make my boy Dingus Danger over here just for the sake of this video. Pay no attention to how he looks. Don't worry about it. We just went through and randomized because, as I said, this is just about showing off the career mode itself. And once the game actually drops on the, oh God, on what day? What day was it? I forgot. 22nd, I want to say. This game fully comes out. That's when we're starting the full My Career mode with you know who. He who shall not be named. So without further ado, we're gonna finish creating, quote unquote, creating this guy. We kind of just randomized him, but it is what it is. We got Boo Boo, we got Dingus. Our 2 My players are ready, and it's time to head over to the main menu here for My Career, or My Player, I should say. On your home screen, you got your My Career, 2K Originals, rewards, side plates, and My Player tree. Then over to Road to Glory, similar to last year, same type of situation with Road to Glory. My Player Towers as well, where you can unlock, you know, different things for your character. Loot Pack Store, weapons, My Players, entrance, moveset, and appearance. This is where you do all your customization. Now, a pretty cool feature this year is that you can actually customize weapons. So when you go under the ring to try to pull certain weapons out, you can actually set specific ones that you want. It's a pretty cool feature that they added this year. But without further ado, My Career time.
Red was one of the toughest opponents I ever faced. No matter how hard I hit her, which was pretty hard, she never backed down. Sorry, it feels strange to stand up here and talk about her in the past tense. Don't get me wrong, I'm honored to do this, but I never thought it would happen so soon. For Red or her best friend, Trey. Wherever Red went, Trey was there too. And tonight's no different. They truly are a package deal. They've always had each other's backs, and that was certainly the case when I faced off against Red in a Money in the Bank ladder match.
So that cutscene pretty much shows you that Ronda Rousey is the one inducting Red into the Hall of Fame. I got to talk about this Red and Trey thing for a second real quick. This is something NBA 2K does where they have a story mode and they name characters specific things just so that in the cutscenes they have something to call you so that the story kind of flows a little better. I don't know how. I'm going to figure out a way to make these names make sense for my characters, but Red and Trey are the names. I guess the nicknames, you could say. They're not really like their actual names of the characters you play as, but you actually start off with a women's Money in the Bank match. It's Boo Boo, Ronda Rousey, Charlotte Flair, Zelina Vega, Shayna Baszler, and Bianca Belair. So they throw you right into the pit of danger as soon as you kick off, because at this point, I did not know any of the new controls, so I'm still trying to get used to the Y as the reversal. I pressed the trigger more times than I care to admit when I was testing this game out, just because it's pretty much muscle memory at this point. You know, we've been using the trigger to reverse for how many years now, and now it's, you know, a completely different button. So it is going to take you a little while to get used to. You will get used to it pretty quick if you've played video games for any decent amount of time. I'm gonna have again a separate, there's gonna be a lot of videos. I'm gonna have a separate video just on the new control scheme. That video should actually be coming out right after this, so keep an eye out for that, just to give you guys an overview of all the new controls for this year. But check out this other cutscene.
It's going to be a race to the briefcase between Red and Ronda Rousey.
Hold on, the rest of their opponents are not ready for this match to be over.
And Red and Ronda come crashing down. It's an absolute free-for-all to see who's going to get the Money in the Bank briefcase. Ronda and Red have recovered, and I think they might have other plans.
Oh no.
This is total chaos. The window of opportunity is now wide open for Red and Ronda Rousey.
Chaos in the ring, bodies flying around. Now you got to get Ronda to red health. As you can see, the objective on the left side of your screen. A lot of these matches, a lot of the main matches anyway, are going to have specific objectives that you have to complete throughout the match. And if you don't, you fail the objectives and you lose the match. I'm actually not exactly sure what happens. They said there might be consequences for not completing certain challenges, but when I was playing through just this first little bit that I played through, I did complete all the challenges that were on the screen. So some other funky things might happen if you don't actually complete the objectives, but we might have to wait till the game drops to find that out for sure. Because as I said, I completed all the objectives. I mean, not to brag or anything, but all right, I got to finish getting Ronda to red health over here. She's almost there. I'm trying to whoop that booty off the ladder. She's got control of the Money in the Bank briefcase. Now I got to Irish whip her into the corner. Before we move on, a couple things I want to note. I don't know if you've seen it too much in this specific match. It doesn't happen a whole lot, but something is a little off with the targeting this year. You'll see it in future videos. I'm going to talk about it a lot more in future videos, but in multi-person matches, it is very, very hard to stay locked on to the person that you're actually targeting. Like I said, I'm going to go into that a little more in depth in my kind of like review video, but it's something that definitely felt a little off this year, so I want you guys to keep an eye on that as we move forward.
Setting up for something big.
Well, if Red thinks she can match Ronda Rousey with strikes, then she's insane. And now Ronda is punishing Red.
Is it too late to change my pick?
Wait a second, Red reverses. Zelina Vega has recovered and is setting up a ladder. She's using everything she has left to drag herself up each rung, but will it be enough?
It might not be. Red's going to try to beat Zelina to the top.
Hold on, it's Andrade. What's he doing out here?
Is he putting Zelina Vega on his shoulders? How is this legal?
That's not only legal, it's smart.
It's Trey. I think he's seen enough from Andrade.
Trey has neutralized Andrade. And that was the opening Red needed. This pains me to admit, Byron, but you might have been right about your prediction.
She's gonna do it! In her first attempt, Red is going to win the Money in the Bank ladder match!
Wait, it's Ronda Rousey. This isn't over yet.
Ronda's got Red's arm! Armbar on the top of the ladder! She's got it locked in! Red's in big trouble!
Yeah, it's gonna be hard for her to grab a briefcase with a broken arm.
Can she escape before it's too late?
A little bit of an abrupt ending to that sequence there, but leaving you off on a cliffhanger. I assume you're probably going to come back to that match a little later in the story, because this whole thing is being told from a future perspective. You're already at the Hall of Fame, and we're just recalling certain events that happened throughout our careers. So let's go ahead and continue into the next cutscene.
This truly is a historic day. I don't think I've seen you dressed up since our senior prom.
Oh yeah, our one and only date together because no one else would go with us?
I remember showing up in that sweet homemade $1 million man suit. Didn't you wear a cane mask? No wonder we couldn't get dates.
To be fair, the theme of the prom was a masquerade.
Still weird.
You have the list, right?
No, I thought you had it.
Seriously?
I put it in the safe just like you told me to. Man, the way you treat that thing, you'd think it was the Magnet Carta.
Did you say magnet?
Yeah, it's some really old, valuable magnet, right?
Just get it out of there.
No one was going to break into a hotel room and steal an old piece of notebook paper from high school.
It's not just an old piece of paper. That list has been the roadmap to our entire careers, and now there's only one thing left to cross off. Did you forget the combination?
It might have slipped my mind, but don't worry, I wrote it down on my phone. Which is also in the safe. This is why I always said we should have got the list tattooed on us. No chance of losing it, and we'd have way more street cred.
Yeah? Well, I'm gonna be getting a teardrop tattoo if you don't get that thing open.
Is she saying she's gonna kill me? What?
This is what's going to give us confidence, recognition, success, everything we've ever wanted.
Your Earth Science notebook is gonna do all that?
No. We're going to use it to make a list of everything we'll accomplish someday when we become WWE superstars.
We could do that. Or we could play my favorite lunchtime game, Guess What Mr. Bowman's Sweat Stains Look Like Today. I'm kind of seeing a heart shape. What do you think?
I think you need to take this seriously. Besides, it's a proven fact that if you write down your goals, it helps you achieve them.
Actually, now I'm thinking it looks more like a one-eared rabbit.
Fine. I'll go first to get the ball rolling. Become WWE Divas Champion. Your turn.
Okay.
Those hair physics, though.
Star in a WWE action movie.
Really? That's one of your goals?
Do you want me to do the list or not? Besides, it's a proven fact, WWE action movies are some of the finest pieces of cinematic art ever produced, so it would be an honor to appear in one.
Whatever. Train at the dungeon.
Come up with awesome wrestling names.
Team with Mickey James.
Get my own action figure.
Compete on NXT.
Win a dance-off.
Wrestle Lita.
Find out what's inside Undertaker's urn.
Get inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame.
Be in a WWE video game.
Win a ladder match.
I've got a match for you. My butt, your face. What are you two fartwads doing? This table is reserved for wrestling team members only.
I thought there was a lot of boogers stuck on
She said fartwads, by the way.
Funny. You can leave now.
Sorry, we're busy.
Get my own action figure, become WWE Divas Champion. Is this some kind of WWE nerd vision board?
Hey! Being immortalized in semi-posable plastic is the greatest thing a human being can achieve.
Don't ever touch our stuff again.
What, like this?
That was a huge mistake.
Oh, it's about to go down. I was like, oh snap, we're about to fight in the cafeteria. That's super sick. But then it, for some reason, cuts to a Raw is War arena. So apparently what's happening here is that Red is obviously, you know, retelling this story. And the way, this is just the way that she's describing it. Because as I was playing this, I was like, wait, How are we in a Attitude Era themed ring with the filters and stuff? I didn't really understand it at first, but you come to find out that this is just Red's retelling of how she, quote unquote, remembers it. So we got a match with Boo Boo and Brooklyn Von Braun. That is a dope name. And this girl was definitely destined to be some sort of wrestler. Anyway, I'm over here in jeans and a t-shirt. She's got her high school hoodie on, Irish whip, drop kick. I still can't get the damn reversals down because I'm hitting the trigger button because I'm an idiot and I keep forgetting that they're switched. But regardless, the fight continues on. Here comes Boo Boo, beautiful kick. And Brooklyn Von Braun is down. We got to stay on top of this girl. She looks mean and tough and ready to go. Bam! Another takedown. Boo Boo's got a little bit of a limited moveset at this point in time, but it's fine. We got time to expand and to grow and to become the professional wrestler that we always dreamed to be. We got to get Brooklyn to red health. Of course, this is a main match in the series, so all your main matches have objectives. Your side matches, we're gonna get into side matches a little bit later on. Your side matches do not have objectives. They're kind of just, you know, side missions like they would be in any other game. Matches that kind of just add to the longevity of the story, but don't really add any substance to it. But again, we'll get into that in a little bit. Strike Brooklyn while standing in the ring. Okay.
Brooklyn might have an opening here.
Brooklyn gets nailed with the sliding lunch tray takedown.
Can Red capitalize?
She's going up top.
Red with the picture-perfect moonsault.
That's it. It's all over. Red cemented herself as way tougher and cooler than Brooklyn will ever be.
That's exactly what happens when you make fun of Red. You pay dearly.
I'm still kind of confused about everything that just happened, guys.
Well, don't hurt your imaginary head, Byron.
Wait. Let me get this straight. You remember your fight with Brooklyn when we were in high school, taking place in a WWE arena with a ring, sold-out crowd, and commentators?
The guy who can't remember the safe combination is questioning my memory?
No, the guy who can't remember the safe combination is questioning your sanity.
Whatever. I may have taken a few liberties with my story, but that is how I choose to remember it.
Well, as much as I'd love to join you in rewriting history, that day is scorched into my brain because that's how I got my nickname, Trey. This is how it really went down.
Get my own action figure? Become WWE Divas Champion? Is this some kind of WWE nerd vision board?
Hey, being immortalized in semi-posable plastic is the greatest thing a human being can achieve.
Don't ever touch our stuff again.
What, like this?
That was a huge mistake.
Oh no, I've unleashed Hothead Red!
I'm gonna take that marker, bring it to your grandmother's nursing home, and cross out parts of her chart so when the nurse goes to give her turn-down service, she won't know to flip her over. That's right, I'm gonna give your grandmother bed sores.
What is wrong with you?
Calm down, deep breaths, maybe we can talk this out.
I'm done talking.
This is what happens when you mess with the captain of the wrestling team. What are you gonna do? Hit me with a steel chair? Put me through a table?
Hit her with the chair. I'm going to get help.
Everyone already knows Hothead Red, but let me introduce you to her best friend, Trey. Get it? Because he busted his butt on a lunch tray. Trey. Now her face matches her nickname.
Hothead Red.
Well, that's how we got our nicknames. That makes sense.
That could have been way worse.
Yeah. Brooklyn could have posted a video of the whole thing online. Oh, wait, that's exactly what she did.
I meant she could have dumped something worse on me, like mayo or hot sauce. And hey, at least she didn't destroy our list.
So what? I'm not gonna do any of those things anyway.
What do you mean?
We were just embarrassed in front of the entire school, and currently 672 people on the internet.
I bet a bunch of those are repeat views.
Great! We're not even touching on the fact that I got beat up by a lunch tray. I'm never going to be a WWE superstar. I'll just go to college and get a lame job like my parents want me to.
I think you need to read the letter again.
See? This is what I'm talking about. I can't even open my locker.
What's your combination?
1633-9, I think.
Letter, please. Here we go. I think this section is relevant right now. You've probably asked yourself a million times, why? Why didn't they want to be my parents? The truth is we did, but we had to make the hardest decision of our lives because we didn't feel we could give you the life you deserved. And that life is one where you can have the freedom to follow your dreams no matter what they might be, to become anything you want.
Using the only letter I have from my real parents as some sort of motivational speech is kind of a cheap move.
They're right, though. You got a second chance in life, and you need to make the most of it. So why sell yourself short? You need to at least try.
Fine. But when this whole WWE thing doesn't work out, I'm blaming you.
It'll work out. I promise. Assuming you never have to wrestle a lunch tray.
They're actually a lot tougher than they look.
How about those backpack physics, though? Not sure how that's staying on your body, sir. Well, regardless, that's the end of chapter 1. I'm pretty sure you get an achievement here, road trip, and the story continues.
Okay, so maybe my memory of that day is a little off. Severe emotional trauma will do that. But did I really say all that stuff about her grandmother?
Yep. You had some serious rage issues back then. Did you also forget that's how you got your nickname because you were always seeing red?
No, I remember. And then Brooklyn tacked on the hot head part.
Gotta give her credit for that. You know, the rhyming definitely made it catchier. Hot head red, hot head red, hot head red.
Okay, we get it. Have you figured out that's safe yet?
No, but I'm pretty sure I used the same combination I've always used for everything, which is...
I'm gonna be honest here, when we were recording, I really couldn't hear what was going on, so I completely guessed, and I happened to be right.
Got it.
Finally.
Was never in doubt.
I'm sorry you were locked in there all alone for so long. Mommy won't ever let that happen again.
There's something seriously wrong with you.
You're just jealous. We should get going. We can't be late.
Hey, we got a message from President Johnson. Do you think you impressed the most electrifying president in United States history with all your career achievements? Actually, you do. All the best on your big day. I'll be watching from the People's White House.
That's cool. But I voted for Kane.
So The Rock is the president at this point in time. I actually didn't know that until right now watching this back, because like I said, I couldn't hear what was going on when we were recording the footage, so that narrative part was actually new to me. Anyway, that takes you into the My Career Hub. Much like last year, you're in a room, you got some options of people to talk to. You can switch between Red and Trey, depending on who you're talking to, AJ, Natalia, etc. Let's talk to AJ.
I still can't believe it's really all over for you and Red.
I can't believe that you discovered a way to speak without your mouth moving. That is, you gotta teach me that sometime. That's a great trick.
I know. It is starting to begin, though.
Just this morning, I was thinking about that time we faced each other in a Falls Count Anywhere match. Man, that was brutal.
Yeah. But thanks to you in that match, now every time my jaw hurts, I know it's gonna rain.
Really? Maybe you should get that checked out.
No way. You might be the champ who runs the camp, but I'm the champ who knows when it's damp.
Yeah, that doesn't quite have the same ring to it.
Now, because this is a side quest, you have an option to either play the match or not play the match. I chose not to just because I wanted to continue on with the story, show you guys like the main parts of it. Same thing happens with Natalia.
I just wanted to congratulate you, Red. You really deserve this.
Thanks, Natty. I know we had some differences over the years, but we always worked them out in the ring.
Yeah, except that one time we got into it backstage.
I forgot about that.
I didn't. You threw me into a road case.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. What were we even fighting about?
The usual stuff. Who was better, the title, you saying you were the best female superstar to ever come out of Calgary.
And again, once you have the conversation, you have an option to either play the brawl or don't play the brawl. As I said, I was just trying to check out the main story stuff so we can save this for when we run through the
We
full
all
career.
said some crazy stuff over the years, but no need to go into it right now.
And then from there, we're going to leave the lobby and head into the next cutscene.
Hey, it's X-Pac.
Just keep walking. We don't have time.
We always have time for X-Pac. Besides, you can't just ignore a WWE Hall of Famer.
I can. Trey.
Pac, what's going on?
Hey guys, looking good.
You too.
Thanks. I'm on this new mustard-only diet.
As in mustard is the only condiment you use?
No, as in I only eat mustard. I've already dropped like 7 pounds.
That's interesting.
But enough about me. This is your big night. I swear it was just like yesterday when I first saw you two on the indie scene.
Yeah, at that point we were only a couple years in.
And I was about 30 years in. But I could still go today if I had to. I'm telling you, this diet's legit.
I guess you could say you can cut the mustard, huh?
Anyway, we wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for you. So, thanks.
I'm sure you'd have been fine with it without my help. Trey, I don't think I can say the same for you. You were kind of the drizzling craps back then, no offense.
No, it's true. And I wasn't just a drizzle. I was more like a torrential downpour of crap. Red was always ahead of me from the moment we started training.
You can use this credit card for whatever you need, but we keep the reward points. I'm about 10,000 short of a free trip to someplace warm, and you're gonna help me get there. Deal?
Got it.
We are gonna miss you so much.
When did you get there?
I just had to be close to you one more time. It feels like yesterday we got that call. There was a boy in Denver who was ready to be adopted, and now you're all grown up and going off to college. I just can't believe it.
I know. It's hard for me to believe, too.
We'll come visit soon, okay?
No, don't. I mean, a big part of college is learning independence, and if you're visiting all the time, then I'll never be able to do that.
Just be smart about the credit card, okay? Like, if there's a big keg party, put it all on the card and have everyone pay you back in cash. That way, I'll be headed for that free beach trip in no time. Hey, maybe we could go on spring break together.
Frank?
I have to go.
Okay, drive safe.
This is the part where you get out of the car.
Right. Call us when you get to school. We love you, Denver.
This man can barely see over the damn steering wheel. How's he supposed to drive the car? I got questions.
Do you believe this? We're finally doing it. Our very first list item. Train at the dungeon. Are you excited as I am?
I don't think that's possible, considering you've already had 3 energy drinks before we've even left town. But this is gonna be cool.
I know. Think about how many top superstars came through Calgary. The Hearts, Edge, Jake the Snake Roberts, Rowdy Roddy Piper, and we're next.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. We have a long way to go before we can be mentioned in the same sentence as those legends.
Everyone has to start somewhere though, right? And the dungeon is a great place to start. I still can't believe your parents were okay with all this. What happened to them wanting you to go to college?
They changed their minds.
Just like that.
Just like that.
Huh. Well, that's good. Hey, pull over real quick.
Bathroom break already?
No, I want to show you something. See that sign? Our faces are going to be on it someday.
You really think we can become more famous than the inventor of the paper toilet seat cover? He put a lot of butts in seats.
And when we make it to WWE, so will we. All right, time for a road trip game. If you could face anyone who trained in Calgary in a dream match, who would it be?
Isn't it a little early for road trip games? We still have like 2,000 miles to go.
Come on, I'll get you started with some options. How about Bret Hart, Jake the Snake, or Rowdy Roddy Piper? That would be so cool to face a legend like that. Could you imagine?
Well, good thing you don't have to imagine, because we're going to see it firsthand here. I'm going to tell you what, they really went overboard with these classic filters here. That is staticky as I don't even know what. I watched wrestling during the Attitude Era. I had the old looking TV. It did not look like that. I'm going to tell you that right now. Either way, Dingus is about to have the match of his hypothetical dreams or something, because we're having a fictional side match quest, whatever you want to call it, against Bret the Hitman Hart. I think we did something similar in 2K19. I remember something happening in 2K19's career where you went and faced Bret Hart. I don't think you had other options to who you wanted to face, though. But in this one, you have the option, as you saw, of Bret Hart, Jake the Snake, or Roddy Piper. So just for this opening sequence, this first My Career video, I just chose Bret the Hitman Hart. So Dingus has a tall task ahead of him. Bret's one of the obviously greatest of all time, one of my favorites growing up. The Hitman is an absolute legend. So let's see if Dingus can get the job done. As X-Pac said, I was the drizzling craps, I believe he said. I believe that was the exact quote. So apparently Red was the much more talented of the two. That kind of seems where the story is going. Like, the female character is much more intelligent. She kind of has an idea of what's going on, and Trey is just kind of wacky and goofy and a little behind the curve, but we'll see if we can go ahead and defeat Bret Hart here. At this point, I just wanted to do another match because it had been a while since I'd done a match, because there was a lot of cutscenes, and trying to get used to these controls, because as you know, they are completely different this year. I only got 2 reversals in my inventory there. Bret the Hitman Hart has 4, and that's something, of course, that's going to weigh heavily in Bret Hart's favor. Luckily, this side quest, you'll be able to tell as I beat up Bret Hart here, it was very easy. Like, his health went down really quick. So I assumed that they made the side matches a little bit easier maybe than the normal difficulty, because they wanted to keep the story flowing. So even if you wanted to do a side match, it didn't really take you a whole lot of time. I'm just assuming, because this match against Bret Hart was surprisingly easy. Got him in the corner, bang, kick to the chest. Hitman is woozy. Can Dingus follow up here? I still can't believe I named this man Dingus, but it is what it is. Stomping away at Bret. I was trying to see if you could spam the stomps again. You know, sometimes the AI is programmed to get up after a couple stomps. That's not programmed in this year, so you can kind of spam stomps a little bit. He will use reversals, of course, every now and then, but I forget what game that was. It might have been 2K18, where if you did like 4 stomps in a row, the AI would automatically get up, or whoever you were facing would automatically get up. That's no longer the case anymore. I got both of my reversals back. Bret Hart is already down to red health. I'm whooping this man's bootay. And as you can see, side match, like I said before, no objectives. So I'm not sure once we do the full career playthrough how many side matches I'm going to do. Probably not too many, because I kind of just like to keep the story flowing. But if there's any interesting ones, I'm definitely going to check them out. And as I said, the targeting's a little wonky this year. I'm going to get into that in a different video. But you might notice that every now and then I'll be running at them and strikes will just completely miss or whiff, or it'll look like I'm running in a different direction and not necessarily like locked on to my opponent, if you could say that. But that's something you'll probably notice as time goes on. I couldn't remember what my friggin' signature was here, so I had to pause the game and figure out what it was. But either way, Hitman is getting his ass whooped. He has not even hit me once. I got full green health. Irish whipping him out of the ring. I am taking his booty down. 1.5 stars. This match is unbelievable. This is a barn burner, and I'm sure the Hitman will remember this match for the rest of his career. Oh wait, this didn't actually happen. Okay, Dingus to the outside, taking the Hitman back in the ring. Old Raw is War Arena. At least I think it is. It's hard to see through all the filters. Uh-oh, got stuck on the rope. Lifting up Bret Hart. Here comes Dingus. Gonna hit him with that signature. Oh, psych, missed completely. Here comes Bret Hart. Finally getting some offense in. Psych. Big reversal from Dingus. Just waiting for my opening signature. No, he reversed. I lost my signature. Here comes Bret Hart. Reversed, but now I'm out of reversals. And I'm in a tough spot. Coming out again. Bam. Shakedown. Stay there, Hitman. Here comes Dingus. Up and coming professional wrestling superstar. About to take over the world. And here I come. Running. Signature. Nope. Reversed it again. And now Bret Hart finally started to figure me out here. Trying to spam B to get out of this lock. I also wasn't used to playing on Xbox. I think I played 2K15 on Xbox, and every game since I've played on on PS4. Not that the controls are that much different. It's the same layout. I just rarely ever played on Xbox. Here comes Dingus, finally got him up, taking him down. Trying to work back up to that signature. Red Heart has a finisher. We got to keep an eye on that. Cannot let him lock me in the sharpshooter because I'm sure at this point in time, I'm a 50-something overall. I would probably tap out pretty much instantly. We got him ready. About to line up the signature. Here comes Dingus with a full head of steam. Finally hitting the signature. 2 buttons at the same time. As you saw, X and A to hit your finisher. That's also what you hit the signature. That's also what you use for your finisher. As you're about to see right here, planting the Hitman. OMGs are actually Y and B, so those are the other 2 face buttons. Oh man, again, like I said earlier, I got a completely separate control video that I'm gonna drop to give you guys an overview of all the new controls, because a lot of stuff is different, and if you don't have an idea of what you're doing beforehand, you're gonna have a really bad time. But here in my imaginary match, Bret the Hitman Hart was swiftly defeated by Dingus, and the story continues on. But before we do that, we're actually gonna head into the My Player skill tree. So this is where you upgrade your skills and your attributes and all that stuff. It's similar to last year to an extent, but it's also different because you can't see the entire layout. Last year, you can get a really good idea of exactly how you wanted to upgrade your character because you could see pretty much everything that was on the screen. But this time, certain things are hidden. So you have to kind of guess what's going to be where. You're not really sure what's going to be in certain slots. So upgrading it isn't going to be as straightforward as it was last year. You might, have to upgrade things you might not want to in order to get to the things that you do want. I will tell you right now, though, as I tell you every year, prioritize reversals and pin escape. That's really your main 2. Everything else, speed, movement speed, strike speed, grapple offense, all that stuff is good, but reversals and pin escape. I'm gonna say it again, reversals and pin escape. Give yourself as many reversals as possible and give yourself as big of a kick out meter as you can. You're welcome.
This is it. The home of the famous dungeon. I swear, I can almost hear the wrestlers of the past groaning in pain.
That's my stomach. For the past 2 days, I've had nothing but moose jerky, maple puffs, and poutine.
Yikes.
Look, I just want to say, I know I've been a little skeptical, but now that we're here, I can see us doing this. I mean, once Bret Hart hears how far we drove, he's gonna have no choice but to welcome us right in for training. So, thanks for pushing me on this.
Of course. Well, here we go.
Hey there. I bet you're here for Bret Hart, eh?
Hello. And yes, he's going to train us to be wrestlers. Eh? I'm not sure I'm using that correctly.
Is Bret home right now?
He is. Hang on a sec. Bret, 2 lovely people are here for wrestling training. He'll be right down. I'm sure he's just putting his tights on, gelling up his hair, finding his sunglasses. He's got to look the part, you know.
Of course.
So are you Bret's housekeeper?
Okay, seriously, guys? I'm messing with you.
So Bret's not home?
No, and he hasn't been for years. The Harts don't live here anymore.
But you said...
This kind of thing happens like once a month, and I like to have a little fun when I break the news.
How is that fun? We just spent 3 days driving here.
And I gave myself severe stomach issues. At this point, we'd settle for one of the more obscure Hart brothers or even a distant cousin.
Like I said, none of them are here. You seem like nice kids. Stupid, but nice. Next time, do some research before you decide to drive all the way up here.
Jeez, so much for Canadian hospitality.
I thought you said you checked all this out online.
I did. I mean, I searched for dungeon in wrestling, and then some really weird stuff came up, and I kind of got sidetracked. Point being, don't look at my browser history. But hey, we came all the way here. We should at least get a picture. Can we do another one? I was making a weird face, probably on account of the stomach pain.
Maybe you were right about us trying to become wrestlers. We've already failed at the first thing on our list. And maybe we're not cut out for this.
Hey, wait, we can't just give up that easily. I have an idea!
So you drove all the way to Calgary thinking you were going to train with Bret Hart? I've done some stupid stuff in my life, but that takes the cake.
It wasn't our finest moment.
But since I had a dad who only looked at the rewards section on the credit card bill, we were able to stay in Calgary and learn from a former wrestler who, at least according to him, trained with the Harts back in the day.
I think he just ran next to one on a treadmill once.
So that's how you guys hooked up with Riley Flash.
Yeah. After striking out at the dungeon, it was kind of our only option.
Even though Riley can be a bit much sometimes, he gave us the foundation we needed to get here today.
He also gave us ringworm with his dirty mats, but that's a whole other story.
The Riley Flash Academy. This is where we start our training, and this is where, if you look in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen, we face off against Josie Jane and El Mago Jr. That's right, the legend from WWE 2K19, El Mago, apparently had a son, and we're about to whoop his booty here at the Riley Flash Academy Arena thing. Get Josie Jane to red health. She's got zebra pants on. This man's got zebra pants on. I don't know why everybody's obsessed with zebra pants, but it is what it is. I'm just trying to get my hands on El Mago Jr. because I had a bone to pick with your daddy way back in the day, but that was a different time. That's a different timeline. We're resetting this year as we do every year. We're going to wipe the slate clean and start over again. We got to get Josie to red health. She's not even at yellow yet, but I'm gonna take it down. Bam. It's not, what did I say on the wall? It's not torture. If it, I didn't see what it said. I want to see if they cut back to that big uppercut from Boo Boo. And so far, look at that mat. Look at that. There's tape all over it. This is gross. It's a dusty ass place. This is really where we trained. I mean, I guess if you got a dream, guys, you got to do whatever you got to do to make it a reality. He said he got ringworm from the mat as well. This is just nasty. Nice takedown from Boo Boo. And Josie Jane is just in a world of hurt right now. She desperately needs to tag El Mago Jr. An unfortunate thing this year is that there is absolutely zero intergender activity. So when you, if you're in a mixed tag match and the male tags in, the other male counterpart automatically tags in as well. There's absolutely zero way to have the male and female like fight and interact or whatever. I'm sure someone will figure out a way to probably glitch it or break it or make it happen. But the way the game's set up, you're not actually allowed to do that by default. All right, we got her to red health. Josie Jane. Perform a grapple against Josie. I do that in my sleep. Uppercut. Wait, that apparently was not a real grapple. So we're going to get her up again. Perform a grapple. Here we go.
Get your feet up on the turnbuckle. Push off and roll backwards. You can pin him like that. It's all right. Yeah, you did good. You did good. Catch your breath. We'll get him next time, all right? You good?
This man tripped. He was showboating. He got, I don't want that to be Chris Danger. I'm gonna be honest with you. This guy's kind of stupid.
Guys, come here. We need to talk.
Is it about your disgusting ring mat? Because I feel like it's making me itch all over. Hey, what was that for?
For playing to an imaginary crowd. It cost you the match. Red, great job. Keep it up.
Remind me why I show up here every day to get tortured?
That's not torture if you're paying for it. Now, what I didn't tell you was that match was actually a tryout.
For what? Is WWE coming to town?
Not quite. It was a tryout for the local Winterfest that's coming up. The organizers asked me to put on a wrestling event.
That's great.
Who are we gonna face? I wouldn't mind a rematch against those two.
Slow down. After what I just saw, only one of you was ready for their first official match.
Sorry, Red. You'll get your chance soon.
Red's the one who's ready, not you, doughhead.
What?
When it comes to in-ring ability, Red's got you beat by a kilometer.
Isn't that less than a mile?
Oh, thanks for the conversion, Albert Asswipe. Bottom line, you're too focused on the entertainment side of things.
Well, maybe you weren't focused enough on the entertainment side of things. Didn't you only appear in WWE like 3 times?
4, if you count the time I helped carry Macho Man to the ring on his fancy chair gimmick.
You mean a sedan?
No, it was a chair, not a car. Either way, I was in WWE 4 more times than you'll ever be.
I'll make it there someday. It's on our list.
Oh, yeah, and someday I'm gonna poop golden nuggets. No offense, Red.
Whatever. You'll see. Congrats on getting your first match. You know I'll be there cheering you on.
Thanks, I know.
Speaking of cheering her on, since you like running your mouth so much, you can accompany her to the ring as a manager. That actually might be a better fit for you long term.
A manager? That's not what I'm here for.
You'll figure this out. I know it.
Oh, one more thing. I need to know what to call you so they can advertise the event.
That's easy. I'm sticking with Red. Kids started calling me that in high school because of my temper, but I'm gonna turn it into something positive.
Okay. Man, what about you? Sticking with Denver?
I don't know. Sounds too regional. And omelette-y.
I know. How about Albert Asswipe?
Nah.
Carl Botch, on account of all the moves you botch?
I like that one.
How about I pay tribute to my wonderful trainer and call myself Riley Flash Jr.?
Oh, that ain't happening. Do you have any other nicknames?
Trey!
No, don't listen to her.
I kind of like that. And you can spell it T-R-E, so it's kind of like 3 in Spanish, as in getting a 3 count to win a match. Which probably won't happen very often for you, but you get it, right?
Yeah, I get it.
Great. Then Trey it is.
Thanks a lot.
No problem, Trey. And hey, I just realized we can cross something off our list. Come up with awesome wrestling names.
I don't know about the awesome part.
And folks, that ends that chapter. That's going to wrap up our first look at WWE 2K20, My Career. As I said, this is a 20-plus hour, Jinx even said 25-hour career mode. So depending on, I'm sure that probably includes side matches. So if you skip the side matches, it might be a little less than that. But I'm very much looking forward to playing this whole thing. It's a little corny. The graphics are so-so, but it seems like a fun playthrough. I'm sure it's going to be enjoyable. There might be some fun surprises in there. I'm looking forward to getting to like the wacky stuff with The Undertaker and Papa Shango and the urn and whatever the hell other nonsense we get into. I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully you guys are as well. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button as hard as you possibly can. Like I said, when the game fully drops, that's when we're going to officially start the My Career mode with our serious actual characters and get into it from there. Make sure you're subscribed because all day today and this whole next week leading up to the release of the game, I have WWE 2K20 footage and gameplay for you guys. A lot of stuff you want to see. I tried to get as much as I could. So make sure you keep it locked right here, people. New year, new me, new 2K game. It has begun, folks. Thank you so much for your support. I'm ready to do it all over again. Hopefully you guys are as well. So stay tuned, and I'll see you next time. Peace!